partial to portraits. Is there?
Yeah.
Do you just feel that you're better at that?
Yeah, a lot of people have drawn portraits of people, and then they have all this elaborate chairs and furniture and curtains and stuff going on in the background, and I can't really get interested in chairs and curtains. So I just draw the head, which is mainly the part you communicate with, unless you're a dancer. Then I draw full body. Sometimes I draw full body, but mostly the information that you get from a person is right around here. You know, so that's what I tend to focus on without furniture and stuff in the background.
Have you ever done a self-portrait?
Mm-hmm. 2 of them, or actually 3. One that sold, and it was just awful, but apparently the person liked it. One of me being frightened at this age, white hair, old fat white woman. I was holding my wrist, pulse, because I'd been told that I have, you know, carotid arteries or something, and so when people tell you that, there's fear going on. So I drew an old woman, me being frightened of death. And then there's another one I drew from a photograph that was taken of me when I was about 25.
So basically, when you approach a canvas to do Jimi Hendrix or Elvis, you have to put yourself in that frame of mind of that era or that time, or even the relationship you had with that person?
Well, if I knew them, I will put what I knew into it, how I knew them. I knew Janice as a relatively happy, raucous kind of amusing person, rather than all the biographies are, oh, she's miserable and all this kind of stuff. Well, everybody's miserable from time to time, but the woman I knew was not miserable. The woman I knew was really enjoying herself, at least the period of time that I saw her on the most frequent basis. So I will put that in because that's what I knew.
Well, your life, you know, in a major rock and roll band has definitely spilled over into your artwork. What other aspects of your life influence your art?
All of the aspects, because I don't think you can help if you are an accountant. What happens in your life is going to spill into, let's say you're an accountant and your parents were very strict. Everything should be in its place on your desk. So you're probably going to be a very organized accountant, but you might not be good at creative accounting. On the other hand, if your parents said you use anything in your brain to accomplish what you want to get, and it doesn't matter if it's on the level, it can be slightly askew, then you're going to get a creative accountant, but his desk might be a mess. So everything that happens to you in your life is going to affect whatever it is you do. Relationships, art, songs, whatever it happens to be, I think.
So you seem very content in your artwork and with what you're doing right now creatively.
Anybody who's content with their art is not very good. You always have to be the thought of being able to take whatever it is in your head, whether it's a song or picture or whatever it is you're doing, constantly honing it so that when I present it to you, it's clearer to you what I had in mind, and it sits with you. It really moves you, rather than something that is not that well constructed, so it's not well phrased, it's not well painted, whatever it is. I think everybody's trying, whatever they do for a living, to make it just slightly better, sometimes even to make it easier, faster, more accessible to the other human spirit that you're trying to get to. You as a plural and singular.
Well, when I asked that, I was kind of thinking in the way that you made a comment that once you're a certain age, you shouldn't be a rock and roll star on a stage.
No, not you, me. It's my opinion that rock and roll should be a young person's medium. Jazz you can do forever. Rhythm and blues you can do forever. Classical music you can do forever. Country music. But there's something about rock and roll, for me. I can't get on the stage and leap around and pretend that I'm 35. It's not true. People want to hear, if you do go on stage, the songs that they're familiar with. But a 63-year-old singing Up Against the Wall, motherfucker, up against what wall? What are we talking about here? Are we talking about Saddam Hussein? Are we talking about Richard Nixon, the things, the era that I came from, I'm so identified with that it is no longer pertinent for me to be leaping around talking about we're young. I mean, one of the lyrics I wrote was sunrise, surprise, civilized man. You were keeper to me. Now your animal is free and you're free to die. You're old and your hands are gray. You're old, go home and stay. We've all heard your dirty stories. 2,000 years of your goddamn glory. So am I talking to myself? That's aimed at old people. Go home. Do something that is within your age group. Don't tell me what to do.
And that's
Same
what
thing.
I mean when I say that. When I said content in your artwork, I meant that you seem happy with this phase of your life as far as
Oh, yeah.
your painting. And
Yeah. I'm a spoiled brat. I don't really like to do things that I don't care for. I brush my teeth simply because I don't want them to fall out and have to have my daughter's boyfriend, who's a dentist, fix them. He's too expensive. So he's a real good dentist, but you know, it's like I take care of things that are boring because they have to be taken care of. But for a living and as an obsession, I sure have never been interested in doing something I don't like.
So is there one particular art piece that you're striving to start and finish, something that's been...
No, I have about 50 things just sitting around that I'd like to work on.
Well, your artwork is great. I was
Thank
really
you.
impressed. I really didn't come in with any expectations of what it would look like.
Good.
But I was very impressed.
Thank you.
But and thank you very much, and congratulations on your induction
All right.
today. And
Thanks.
You've just really just started it for so many people. It's just great to talk to you.
All right. Thanks.
Right?
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.